The air around you is thick with a silence that feels heavy, yet within that heaviness, there is a vibration, a frequency that has been calling out to your spirit long before your eyes fell upon these words. Do not for 1 second believe that your arrival here is a product of random scrolling or digital chance. The algorithms of this world may calculate engagement, but the architecture of the heavens calculates destiny. I have ordered your steps through the confusion of the day, through the noise of your worries, and brought you to this precise stillness because there is a conversation that has been pending between your heart and my spirit. You have been walking through a fog, a mist so dense that you have questioned not only your direction, but your very standing with me. You have felt the cold wind of rejection and the stinging rain of delay, interpreting them as signs that I have turned my face away. But listen closely to the voice that speaks closer than your own breath. I am pulling back the veil of your history to show you the truth of what you have endured. I am bringing to your remembrance the seasons where you felt my presence was absent, yet my hand was most active. You recall the doors that slammed shut in your face, the opportunities that dissolved into smoke just as you reached for them, and the relationships that severed, leaving you bleeding and confused. You looked at those moments and called them misfortune. You wept into your pillow, asking what you had done to deserve such isolation. You viewed the hindrance as a penalty, a sign that perhaps you were not worthy, or that you had missed the path entirely. But I tell you now, with the clarity of eternity, those were not accidents. They were barricades I erected to save your life. I saw the road that lay behind that open door, and I saw that it led to a precipice you could not see. I saw the heart of the one you wanted to keep, and I saw that their influence would slowly poison your spirit, dimming the light I placed within you until it was extinguished. You felt rejected, but you were being protected. You felt abandoned, but you were being preserved for a purpose that required you to be whole, not shattered by a trap set by the enemy. The time for subtle whispers and gentle nudges has passed, because the hour is urgent. You have felt it, haven't you? That stirring in your gut, that hesitation that defied your logic. It was a check in your spirit, a stillness urging you to pause when the world screamed at you to run. It was a silent alarm ringing in the corridors of your soul, whispering that something was amiss. Yet the demands of your daily life clamored for attention. The bills, the obligations, the expectations of others, they created a cacophony that drowned out my warning. You dismissed that holy hesitation as mere anxiety or fatigue. You pressed forward, driven by the need to survive, not realizing that the resistance you felt was my spirit standing in the road like an angel with a drawn sword, trying to turn your foot aside from a snare hidden in the grass. Because you could not see the end from the beginning, you mistook my protection for an obstacle. I visited you in the night seasons. Recall the dreams that troubled your sleep, the vivid warnings that woke you with a racing heart and a sheen of sweat upon your brow. You sensed the weight of the message, the gravity of the symbolism. Yet as the morning sun rose, you allowed the routine of the day to wash it away. You convinced yourself it was just a nightmare, a product of a restless mind. But that was my revelation of the hidden reality surrounding you. I sought to speak when your conscious mind was quiet enough to hear, using images to guide you away from approaching sorrow. There was a separation I ordained, removing a presence you believed was essential to your happiness. You clung to that connection for comfort, for familiarity, for the fear of being alone. Yet, I saw that it was slowly draining you, drifting you away from me without you realizing it. I severed the bond not to wound you, but to liberate you. I met you in the valley of sorrow, in the grief that left you feeling undone. That heaviness was not sent to destroy you. It was the stripping away of that which could not stand, so that you might find your footing on the rock that never moves. Now, I speak to you with absolute clarity, because a dangerous circumstance approaches, one that cannot be avoided by human wit or bypassed by intellect alone. The enemy of your soul has been watching you. He has observed your fatigue. He knows that you are bone-tired, not just in your body, but in your spirit. He sees that you have been fighting battles that no one else knows about, carrying weights that were never meant for your shoulders. He perceives the old wounds that are still tender, the insecurities you hide behind a mask of strength, and he is designing a plan intended to strike you precisely where you are most vulnerable. He wants to use your exhaustion to lure you into a trap of hopelessness, to offer you false comforts that will only imprison you further. He wants you to believe that you are forgotten, that your prayers are hitting a brass ceiling, and that your faithfulness has been in vain. This is why I am breaking the silence with the roar of a lion and the tenderness of a father. I am here to tell you that you are not forgotten. You are not rejected. In fact, you are approved. This is the message I have burned into the atmosphere for you today. You have my stamp of approval. Not because you are perfect, for I know your frame. I know that you are dust. Not because you have never stumbled, for I have caught you 1,000 times. You have my stamp of approval because you are chosen. You have been faithful in the little things when no one was watching. I saw you hold your tongue when you wanted to lash out. I saw you give when you had almost nothing left. I saw you get up off the floor of despair and wash your face and keep walking, simply because you trusted that I was still there. What you are building, what you are praying for, what you are patiently waiting for, I have seen it all. The enemy fears the version of you that is emerging. He fears the strength that is being forged in this fire. That is why the attacks have intensified. That is why the mental fog has been so thick. That is why the doubt has been screaming so loudly. He is trying to abort your destiny before you can birth it. He wants you to settle for a life that is less than what I promised. He whispers that you are too old, too broken, too late, too far gone. But I say to you, those are lies from the pit. The spiritual realm is shifting around you right now. The very atmosphere of your life is experiencing a deep transformation. You are at the edge of an amazing revelation, a swift rise that will silence every voice that believed you were unseen. You have been walking through a season of stripping, a season of winter where the branches felt bare and the sky felt gray. But do not mistake winter for death. Winter is where the roots go deep. Winter is where the foundation is laid. You have been in training, my beloved. I have been expanding your capacity to receive. I have been strengthening your character so that you do not collapse under the weight of the blessing that is coming. If I had given you what you asked for when you asked for it, it would have crushed you. But now, you are ready. The spiritual world has been meticulously orchestrating this exact time. The transformation you now witness did not start just recently. It took shape in those silent times when you felt no stirring, heard no answer, and received no insight. The stamp of approval I place upon you today is a seal of protection and a decree of vindication. It is a signal to the unseen realm that you belong to me. It is a warning to the devourer that he cannot touch you. It is a promise that I am about to turn what seemed like the ultimate proof of your abandonment into a vivid declaration of my constant care for you. Those who once believed you were forgotten will soon understand the real nature of my appointed time. For the transformation that approaches is not small, it is not soft, it is not insignificant. This is a shift that carries my undeniable signature, a change that does not softly suggest but plainly states, a change that does not offer but solidly secures. I am calling you to rise higher. I am moving you away from repeating actions that once drained your energy. I am releasing you from routines that once held you captive. I am lifting from you the heavy thoughts that were never meant for your spirit. Individuals who are not right for you have been appearing during this unfolding trial, offering quick excitement but no lasting stability. Be alert. Not every soul who approaches you in this time comes from my direction, but I am sending you those who will hold up your arms, those who will speak life into your dry bones. You are entering a season of clarity. The confusion that has plagued your mind is dissipating like morning mist before the sun. The questions that have kept you up at night are about to find their answers. You will look back at the path you have traveled, the winding roads, the steep climbs, the dark valleys, and you will see the golden thread of my providence weaving through it all. You will understand why I closed that door. You will thank me for the rejection that pushed you toward your destiny. You will see that I was not withholding good from you. I was preparing you for the best. So, lift up your head. Shake off the dust of defeat. Wash away the ashes of mourning. Put on the garment of praise. You are approved. You are guided. And you are exactly where I want you to be right now. The struggle was real, but the victory is certain. The night was long, but the morning has broken. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a victor in my kingdom. Walk with the confidence of one who knows they are backed by the armies of heaven. Walk with the assurance of one who knows their name is written on the palms of my hands. My child, receive this prayer as a mantle upon your shoulders. Lord, I receive your peace that passes all understanding. I receive the steadfastness to stand when the winds blow. I receive the confirmation from heaven that I am on the right path. I bind every spirit of doubt, fear, and confusion. I loose the spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. I thank you for your stamp of approval. I thank you that you have never taken your eyes off me. I step into this new season with faith, knowing that you are with me, for me, and in me. Amen. If this message has found a resting place in your spirit, if you feel the chains loosening and the light returning, do not let this moment pass in silence. As an act of faith, signify your agreement. Share this beacon of hope with another soul who is walking in the shadows, someone who needs to be reminded that God has never taken his eyes off them. Like this message, to mark this day as the turning point, and subscribe to this flow of divine encouragement so that you may remain anchored in the truth. Go now in peace, for you are loved with an everlasting love.